So the following morning, after the marriage had been consummated, he discovered it was Leah that was given to him. He was upset, and he went to his uncle and said, "Hey, uncle, why did you treat me this way?" And the uncle said to him, "Well, in this place, this is how we do things. You know, he should have taken time to learn the rules, the regulations, the principles that govern the place he has just found himself." He was rather hasty, you know, in signing a contract to marry somebody he had just met barely 30 days. All right, so because he was not satisfied, he decided he was going to serve another 7 years for the one he loved. So after 1 week, he got married to Rachel, but then had to serve for another 7 good years. I felt he could have accepted Leah as God's choice for him. Could have seen that the hand of God had moved on his behalf, but he didn't quite see it. You know, his own father blessed him, the Bible says, by faith. The blessing was meant for Esau. When his father discovered that he had blessed Jacob wrongly, you may say, he left the blessing. So the Bible says in Hebrews, he blessed him by faith. He too could have accepted Leah by faith. But then he went on to become a polygamous man. If you ask me, I believe very strongly that Leah was his God-given wife, even though he loved Rachel so much and labored so much for Rachel. Yes, for Rachel. Why did I say that Leah was his God-given wife? Judah came from Leah, and eventually Jesus came from that lineage. So that's why I believe that Leah was his God-given wife. The second reason why I believe that Leah was his God-given wife is, again, the way they were all buried. Abraham was buried with Sarah in that same cave. Isaac and Rebekah were buried there. And finally, of course, Jacob and Leah were buried there. Where was Rachel buried? Rachel died on the road to Jerusalem, and he was buried on that road. So in death, he was alone. So to me, Jacob obviously loved the wrong person, labored so hard for the wrong person. Even at death, when he was dying at age 147 years old, he was still talking about Rachel. I pray that we will not allow beautiful women to use their beauty to rob us of the attention, of the love we should give to those God has given to us as spouses. I mean, I think this is a very good prayer. You know, we need to be careful. We need to be careful. The Bible says that beauty is vain, but the woman that fears the Lord, she should be praised. The signing of the marriage register is one of the most important contracts anyone may undertake in his lifetime. Why? Because it could be the signing away of both earthly and eternal joys if one is not careful. It could be the signing away. Ahab, for instance, could have been one of the greatest men in the world today, but his wife, Jezebel, dragged him backwards, painted him black. Who you marry is so important. Solomon started by loving the Lord, but when so many women came into his life, they stole his heart away from God. Who you marry will determine how your destiny will go. If you marry the wrong person, they will dig your grave. If you marry the right person, they will promote you. So that is why it's so important to seek God's face as to who to marry.